want to start tonight with a chasing alert. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, he's on trial for corruption and bribery. What a bombshell happened at the courthouse today with a juror with a pre-scheduled vacation being let out to go on vacation without a verdict, which means the jurors have to get back together on Monday. Here's the problem. The juror talked about to the press today that she thought Senator Menendez was innocent and it was the government that was guilty. For the full story, our own Laura Jones spent the day at the courthouse. Laura, what do you got for us?
The juror excused from the Menendez jury said to reporters afterwards that the senator did nothing wrong, and she predicted a hung jury. Evelyn Arroyo Maltzby said other jurors agreed with her.
Personally, he's not guilty on both counts. I don't think he did anything wrong.
Judge William Walls dismissed the jury after 4 days of deliberations in the federal bribery trial of Senator Bob Menendez. Menendez, who spent most of the day at his office in Newark, had this to say.
I have faith that when the new juror takes her seat on Monday, that as I've had faith from the first day of this trial, that she will join with others in finding us innocent of all the charges.
The government is charging Menendez and his friend and co-defendant, Dr. Salomon Melgen, with bribery, fraud, conspiracy, among other allegations in the 18-count indictment. Menendez is accused of taking campaign contributions, luxury vacations, and private jet rides in exchange for lobbying the government on behalf of his friend, Dr. Melgen, who needed help obtaining visas. He needed help settling a port dispute, as well as a $9 million Medicare dispute. I'm Laura Jones for Chasing News.
Thank you, Laura. All right, let's bring in our A-plus legal panel to break this down for us. I'm joined by former Morris County Prosecutor Bob Bianchi and attorney and political strategist Bill Caruso. Guys, welcome. Bob, I want to start with you. So just for a minute, you're the prosecutor in this case, and you've got a juror not only going on vacation, but yapping to the press. Is this something that the judge can come down and hold her in contempt?
Man, Bill, stunning developments. 28 years as an actual in-the-courtroom trial prosecutor for half of that career and defense lawyer. Never seen anything like this. If the judge, which they typically do, give an instruction to a recused juror and tell them that they are not to discuss the case, and she went out and did it, she is in contempt of court. It all hinges on whether or not the judge told her and she violated that order.
I'm kind of with Bob, though, on this. It's shocking to me that this excused juror would come out and speak publicly about an ongoing case.
You're a defense attorney now. You've flipped the sides. You're on the other side as the defense attorney. This is good news.
Listen,
for Bob
it's not
Menendez.
supposed to be done. We're not supposed to know what goes on inside that jury room. How many times do we sit there twiddling our thumbs waiting? Yep. But, man, now I have a temperature. As a defense lawyer, I'm elated. Most of the jurors, this woman is saying, do not want to convict Bob Menendez. And that if one juror says not guilty, just one, Bill, it's a hung jury.
Bigger picture, what does this say about politics? People already think politics is corrupt. If he gets acquitted, it sounds like at least it's leaning that way. You got all these gifts, lavish gifts in exchange for political favors. Good, bad?
Yeah, Bill, from the beginning of this case, and I mean no disrespect to the Department of Justice and the prosecutors that prosecuted the case, but I'm always asking myself the same question. How many political figures take contributions from constituents? Those constituents later call them and they say, hey, can you help me out with this, that, and the other thing? And they do. That helps them with their donor base. I know there's a lot of gifts here and it seems excessive, but that doesn't change the legal parameters.
What do you think, Bill?
People hate the government as a fact, right? Now, that doesn't work in Bob Menendez's favor.
Well, they hate politicians.
They do, but they also don't like prosecutors and things and folks that way. And if this is looked as a kangaroo court, right, where he's being falsely convicted or falsely charged, that may spin in his favor. That we don't know yet, right? And we don't know what bearing this is going to have on next year. Bob's got a year before he's got to face the general election public, 6 months before the primary, and April filing
I have a
deadline.
sneaking suspicion we're having the same conversation over the Bob Menendez re-election campaign. We'll see. Okay, got to leave it there. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate you coming in.